Hello there! I hope you're feeling calm, creative, and crafty because today our focus is on the story of Jesus calming the storm. And we have 3 crafts that celebrate that story. This is one of those fun Bible memories that creates a lot of good craftable opportunities for us. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to make today is a storm bottle. And it's something that maybe you've made before, maybe you've made it in other contexts, and there's a lot of different ways around doing this. But we're going to start off with a plain clear plastic water bottle. You can really use any size. This one just happens to be your standard size, but any size will do. And you're going to decorate it and then fill it up. Now, decorating it first might make it a little bit harder to pour liquid into it. However, it'll also prevent your spillage possibility and make it a little bit easier to decorate. So we're going to start off by just sticking on some fun stickers, and you can glue items. There's all sorts of fun ways that you can decorate your water bottle. We're just going to throw a few simple things on here because we do have other crafts to get to as well. So we're going to throw on some stickers. Of course, you'll want to write the kid's name here, and we can make ourselves a little caption to go with this. I wouldn't glue the caption on right away because it might get wet, but you can say something to the effect of Jesus calms the storm, Jesus gives me peace, anything like that from the story. Now, we're also going to throw in some extra little bits and pieces of things. This is really, there's a lot of different options and opportunities for you. So we're going to throw in, I've got some little sequins here, and we're just going to toss those in. I'm going to put it in an eyeball. You could even write something to the tune of, in the eye of the storm, Jesus brings peace, something like that. However you'd like to do it. And then I'm going to throw in some more of these I got some jewels, just fun things that will make this stand out and pop and be sparkly. You can throw in glitter, you can put in beads, all sorts of fun things. So we're going to put in those items first. Then we're going to put in just a couple of drops of food coloring. You don't have to do this part, of course, but it kind of does make it a little bit more fun and it stands out. So I'm going to use blue since we've got the blue theme going for the sea and the water. So just a couple drops in there. And now comes the fun part. I'm going to put in just a little bit of oil, and you may want to do this over a sink in case it spills. A little bit of oil, and I'm going to put in some water. You don't have to fill it up all the way. In fact, you probably don't want to fill it up all the way. So I'm going to put in a little water over at my sink. And I really just filled this one about a little more than halfway. Again, you can fill it all the way, but it might be easier if you don't. Now I'm going to seal this up, and if you have hot glue, you might want to hot glue seal it just in case. You might want to throw a piece of tape around it so that that seal stays on and the cap stays on. And then, just for fun, I'm also going to put on a little streamer to remind me of the wind and the waves in the story. And you can tie or tape that on for an extra little fun something. And now we have this lovely storm bottle. So what you can do is you can watch what happens when you stir it up or shake it up or swirl it up. And then you can watch all those little pieces spinning around and around and around, and then you can watch it settle, and you can watch how the oil separates from the water and how the bubbles kind of go up to the top and down and up and down. And remember that in all of the ups and downs and fears and feelings of our lives, Jesus will keep us calm. So that's craft number 1, a little storm bottle there. Now, the next 2 crafts are specific to the story, very specific to the story, because we're going to make a sailboat, and we're going to talk about how Jesus calmed the storm. So for the first one, you're going to need, I'm going to use some little paper plates. You can use larger ones, smaller ones. I just happen to have the little baby ones here. So what I'm going to do is one of my paper plates is going to be the background and the sky. The other paper plate is going to be my boat. So we're going to start off by making my boat. So for your boat, you want to cut the paper plate in half. And I'm going to color it brown because that's, kind of a boat color. I'm just going to make it look kind of like a boat. You can color this whole thing. You can color part of it. Obviously, for timing purposes, I'm doing kind of a fast job, but make your boat however nice and appealing you'd like it to be. All right, so here's my brown boat now. I'm going to give my little boat a sail. So I'm going to stick a popsicle stick on the back, and attached to that is going to be a triangle of paper. You can glue or tape this. I'm going to use tape because, again, that makes it so I don't have to wait for it to dry. So now I'm going to put my little sail up here. And I'm just going to snip a little triangle wedge out of paper and tape that on. Here's my boat. Very simple. And now, on my other paper plate, on one side, one half of it, I'm going to, you can draw yourself a little dividing line if you need to. I'm going to make one half of it beautiful and calm and lovely. So here's some cute little puffy clouds. La 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 la. Here's a little birdie. I'm going to draw a sun. This is the nice, hooray, what a lovely happy day kind of side. And then on the other side, I'm going to draw my storm. So here's the happy, lovely, beautiful side. And now I'm going to flip it upside down. And over here, I'm going to do storm. So we're going to do some dark gray clouds and maybe some huge crashing waves. That's a crashing wave. Crashing wave. Rain is coming out of the sky. Maybe a lightning bolt. So here's my big storm. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Now, here's the fun part. You're going to take, if you have a little brad fastener, you can use that. You can also use a paper clip or a thumbtack. If you use a thumbtack, you'll make sure to, on the back of the thumbtack, to put in some tape so it stays. And then you're going to want to poke your thumbtack through the paper plate, and it could be a little tricky with that popsicle stick there, and the other paper plate. Poke it through both of your paper plates here. And again, stick some tape on the back if you're using a tack. If you're using a fastener, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're doing this at home, you're more likely to have a thumbtack than a brad fastener, unless you just have an awesome craft cabinet. So here's our lovely boat amidst the waves and the storm. So as you see, we have the one side with the storms, woo! And then we're going to spin it around. And then Jesus said, "Peace, be still." And then it was nice and still and calm, and the boat went floating along again. So that's your reminder of the story, that you can retell the story as you spin it. And of course, you can also put on a little caption or verse to remind you of what that is. Now, for my final craft, it's a similar idea, except we're going to be drawing it this time. Now, for timing purposes, I'm going to reuse my boat over here that I had from craft number 2. But of course you can make your own boat. You can make it out of a paper plate or a piece of paper or whatever. But just so that we can move along with things, I'm going to reuse this boat. And we're going to make it out of paper this time. Now I'm also going to stick an extra popsicle stick on the back side of this boat. You will see why momentarily. So for this one, you're going to have a couple pieces of paper. You're going to want maybe a nice long piece of paper or a nice piece of cardstock. And on this, we're going to start out by making our scene here. And we're going to start with our caption so we don't lose the caption. The winds and waves obey Jesus. We're going to say, he calms my heart too. And we're going to draw, and then we're going to also add some extra paper. So we're going to start by kind of drawing this background of some waves. And let me also add, there we go, first reference. And here's some waves. And we're going to draw some clouds. Maybe you want to make some dark clouds like we have on the paper plate. And then we're going to attach some extra waves. And those waves are going to hide our boat. So we're going to take some more paper and make some fun little waves here to almost, but not quite, capsize the boat. You can also, if you would like, you can make some little finger puppets, some more popsicle stick puppets, do something so that you have Jesus in the boat. That is totally up to you. So we're going to have crazy crashing waves here. And you can tape or glue these down. And then we're going to have the boat go in between the waves. So I'm going to tape them on either side, but then I'm going to have a little space in the middle here, because then here's my boat. My boat is going to go right in the middle of those guys. You could also, if you would like to, you could cut a slit in your paper and you could stick your boat back behind that as well. If you wanted to make it, if you wanted to just glue the waves down all the way, just cut yourself a little snippet there. Then you can make this, or you can cut a long slit all the way along so that your boat can go up and down and back and forth and bob around in the waves. So you can make it move all around like this, or tuck it into that little snippet and make it move along the waves like this. Make the waves up and down, make the boat up and down. It's kind of all, use your popsicle stick. It's all up to you and how you would like to retell the story and use the boat to remember. And again, you can put Jesus in here. You can put some extra sticks or papers or something, but another fun reminder of the story and of how Jesus controlled even the wind and the waves, and he can calm storms in us. So have fun with those, adapt them, adjust them, use them however you prefer. Hopefully this just gives you some fun ideas to share this wonderful and comforting and hope-giving story with your students. As always, we have new crafts and children's messages coming out every week, so feel free to like, subscribe. Hopefully tune in next time. Go make some crafts, make some disciples. Have a great week. See ya.